With the Olympics, I don't think it's very hard to foster that sense of team and community and camaraderie, because once they all put the red, white, and blue on, it just kind of encompasses your whole being. You know, you're doing it for not just the team who's around you in that moment, but really the entire country. It's the only swimming sporting event that the entire world will watch, and swimming will probably have more viewers than any other sport in the Olympics. I think that their pride in representing the U.S. is enough to foster that environment and get them excited to perform, not just do it for each other, but do it for the entire country. Todd and Matthew DeSorbo from Salisbury, North Carolina. I don't really know how it feels, to be honest. You know, it's certainly an honor to be named head coach of the U.S. Olympic team. I think it's something that every swimmer, no matter what age, dreams of making the Olympic team. Like, that's the ultimate accomplishment. I think every coach dreams of being on the Olympic team coaching staff, and so to be on staff in Tokyo was an unbelievable experience and a huge honor, and to be named head coach is obviously even a greater honor. But I've not really had a chance to kind of sit back and think about necessarily what it means. I'm kind of like full steam ahead, pretty much nonstop. Really, it's a product of the student athletes that we've been, fortunate to coach. I tell them all the time, like, I'm nobody without them. They're the reason why I'm on the U.S. Olympic team coaching staff. I wouldn't be there if it weren't for them. Certainly, I'm working very hard for them, but they're working significantly harder. What they're doing is way more challenging than what I'm doing, and what inspires me is that, right? Like, they're doing a lot of work to make me look really good, and to make our staff look really good. So it's exciting to be a product of their success and their hard work. And it certainly it's an honor, and we take it very seriously, and we want to do the best for not just our own athletes, but the rest of the U.S. team, because at some point I've got to take the UVA ball cap off and put the USA ball cap, and so right now it's a balancing act between those two things. My sister, she's the one who told me this. I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, when I was a high school swimmer, the head coach, who I loved him, Gus Andrews, he would hand me his clipboard and say, Todd, make the lineup, put everybody in the events you think they need to be in to help us win the meet. And I loved doing it. It was fun. It's like a little puzzle, trying to figure out who to put where, how to get the most points. And I think that was probably the first time, and I was probably 16 years old, maybe a sophomore or junior in high school when he started doing that. And I really enjoyed that side of it. It wasn't necessarily coaching per se, but it was part of what you would do, as a coach. I love coming to practice. I'm probably most passionate about being on the pool deck, coaching the student athletes every day. That's the best part of the job. We wake up really early every day. As soon as I wake up, I can't wait to get here, to get on deck and coach and be around the athletes and be around the rest of our staff and have a good time, and again, try to make the sport fun. Having fun yet? So I swam in college at the University of Kentucky, but transferred after my junior year. I knew I still loved to swim. I knew I still wanted to swim, and I wanted to finish off my career, but I wasn't enjoying it in that moment, in that environment. And I honestly loved the coaches, loved the team. Didn't really have any issues other than I wasn't liking going to practice every day. And that's when I transferred to UNC Wilmington and had a blast. Loved swimming, kind of found my love for it again. Because of that experience, part of my philosophy as a coach is I want to make sure that people are enjoying themselves, people are having fun, and that nobody gets into the position that I was where you're not having fun anymore and you want to leave and go somewhere else. You don't play swimming. You play golf, you play soccer. I played soccer in high school. It was so much fun. Not that swimming's not fun, but it's not a sport that you play. You practice and you train hard, and it's a grind. And so anything we can do to make it more fun, make it more entertaining, and make it more like we can play it, people's longevity in the sport is better. And like anything in life, if you're having fun while you're working hard, you're gonna put more into it, and you're gonna get way more out of it. People ask me all the time, what's the special sauce? I have no clue. It's luck. I think at the end of the day, it's just about having fun. And I've said this a lot, like the day I stop having fun, I'm getting out. What's fun is the people that we work with every day. And it's hard and it's challenging, and they're not necessarily smiling every single day. They're sweating, and sometimes they're crying, and sometimes they're bleeding. And so it's not always fun, but you can work really hard and have fun. It is possible to do that, and if you do that, it's going to be better for the sport and everybody in the sport, bar none. The ultimate goal is to have everybody reach their full potential. And who knows what any one individual's full potential is. Not everybody can be an Olympian, and not everybody can be an NCAA champion for that matter. Everybody's ability level is different. Everybody's full potential is very different, but the mentality is not any different. You carry yourself like you are capable of being an Olympian champion, regardless of whether you are or you're not. The motto of all day. And that means you carry yourself like a champion all day and every day in everything that you do, whether it's academics, whether it's your social life, whether it's your training, in the locker room with the team and being supportive or holding somebody accountable. But we want our whole team and everybody on the team carrying themselves like that and treating themselves like that and hopefully reaching their full potential. The measure of success, I think, regardless of the competition, whether it's the Olympics or an NCAA championship or just a random dual meet, is can they walk away happy and content with their performance, whatever that might be. The NCAA competition is a little bit more of a team environment. They can lean on each other a little bit more. If somebody falters, somebody else can kind of pick up and help them out and score some extra points or whatever it might be. But in the Olympic situation, you're all by yourself. It is as individual can be. And so I think the success at that level is, even at the Olympic trials and in Paris, can you perform at your best in that moment? Can you set a PR? And if you can, and you get beat, you can't control what anybody else did, right? But if you go a PR and get beat, then that means that other person, they've earned it. But you can also walk away happy and content and satisfied knowing that you were the best that you've ever been in the most pressure situation ever. I don't know that necessarily what I want to leave is a certain type of impact on the sport as much as it is an impact on people's lives. I hope that when I die, there's a lot of people that I've coached that are at my funeral and they're celebrating whatever impact that I've had on them, from that perspective. I think that's, the legacy that I would want to leave as an individual. To me, success is not necessarily how well they performed. It's more about what the experience that they've had. And if they've had a great experience, then, they're not going to invite me to their wedding if they didn't have a good experience. I'm part of the experience, or other coaches are part of the experience, their teammates, certainly their performances as well. But in the moment, if they can smile and they give us a hug and, there's tears because they're happy, then, that's success as well. So I think there's a lot of different things that measure success. But ultimately, I want everybody to walk away being able to say, if you had to do it all over again, you wouldn't change anything.